Hi, everybody. And this is Auntie. And we are back for a live call in. I'm just waiting for my moderators to come into the room. And then we can go ahead on and get started. Um, Part two of the never ending saga of this 90-day fiance crazy stuff. So, okay, all right. I see Josie. She says, we are back, cousins. Don't forget to hit that like button for your auntie. Just waiting for Simone to come in and Mary. Hey, Yellow Moon, how are you? You staying up late with your auntie tonight? Simone, you got to type a comment so I can see you, sweetie. You got to type a comment. Hello, Brandy T. Hello, Angela Daniel. Thank you for coming back. So, what did you all think? Um, okay, Disco Sleeves, you said I'm drunk in England. Hello from over across the pond. I do not see Simone making a comment at all. So I wanted to there she go. Simone, I see your wrench. If I click a button, it says remove you as the moderator. So you are a moderator. I don't know. Now there was a picture that I wanted to share out here that was um, that is debatable. A lot of people are indicating that Larissa wounds on her back and on her side are self-inflicted. I'm going to show you all pictures, and I just want an explanation of how you can scratch yourself this way. So Larissa's wounds. Now, this is the middle of her back here. I don't know how you can bring your nails. I just don't see how you can do it. Maybe you can. Maybe some people's arms are long enough to scratch themselves. I guess you could scratch yourself that way, but I don't know. Um, I really don't know. I think that this is very this is a tough situation because like I said, when I on Facebook when I talked about why I wasn't doing the R. Kelly review on a documentary, Surviving R. Kelly. We all pull things from our own databases, and we draw conclusions based on what we have experienced in our own lives. And I think that a lot of what we all are seeing, hearing, doing, we're basically pulling from our own databases. We're making our decisions and coming to conclusions based on what we have experienced. And I do believe that, I find it very strange. that 3 times the police officers have been called to their home, okay, for domestic violence. And although both of them appeared to have had scars on them of some sort, that only one person went away. One person, all 3 times. Something ain't right in the milk. I don't care what you say. I don't care what you think. Something ain't right in the milk. And I don't know what the laws of Arizona are, Nevada are, Las Vegas, yes, in Nevada. But typically, when police officers are called to a domestic violence, an altercation in a home, typically both people go to jail. I'm not understanding how it's just always been Larissa. Um, I am really bothered by it. I just think that this stuff is like out of hand. I'm really bothered by this stuff. And so I wanted to open up the phone lines. It doesn't look like it's a lot of you all here out here with me tonight, but we're going to try to see if any of you all who are here would like to call in. And so that call in number is 240-825-0026. Let me plug my Bluetooth up. I was having a conversation with my moderators, and I thought that the phone call that we were having was really interesting because although you have 4 women on the phone, we all have different opinions. Some of them, some of us agree to an extent with the other ones, and some of us don't. I know that some people had mentioned that Larissa was had some mental disorder or something like that. She was basically saying that she was taking medicine because of her anxiety, not because she is bipolar, schizophrenic, crazy, or any of that. She was taking it for anxiety because of the things that she has been experiencing in her marriage. It don't have nothing to do with her having a mental illness. And some of you all may think that she has it, but I don't know. Maybe she does. But maybe Colt does too. It was mighty funny when they were standing in the door, when he was standing in the door. He was so cool and just calm, as if he didn't know what was going on. This woman says that she's getting in the shower and he's standing in the door and she's just asking him to simply leave out, leave out of the room. Why couldn't he do that? And a lot of times when we see things that have happened on television, I mean, happened in this world, and someone brave takes an opportunity to pull out a camera and start recording, they're recording for a reason. They're not just picking up their phone and recording something because they just feel like they want to be a photographer or videographer for the day. A lot of times when we see injustices and different things that are happening, we are quick to pick that phone up and start recording because we want to have some type of evidence that this has actually happened. And in my opinion, it appears that Larissa, with all of the recording she was doing, was trying to prove a point, was trying to state her case. Now, maybe she's calculated to the point where she believes that if something happens, that she has to prove it. But evidently there's something that's going on. And you got, Colt and his mama who are already established and already, are 2 against 1. And I know it sounds like I'm taking up for Larissa, and maybe I am, but I'm really trying to look at the whole entire thing as I see it. I can't imagine being in another country, not familiar with the language, having to live with cameras in my face, although I agreed to it. Being in another country, not knowing the language, and having problems with my spouse. But people call me crazy because I can't fully articulate what it is that I want to say. Knowing that this person already has an advantage on me. This is their hometown. This is where they live. This is their country. Would I be seen, Auntie, as sane as I am, insane? Would I, because of all the things that I'm going through, be placed on anxiety medicine because I made a decision that now is biting me in my ass? Am I crazy now because I'm experiencing this? And what about Colty? We saw some clips, some alleged clips from John Yates where he spent 80 some dollars on alleged porn. Now, did he not discuss that that's what he was into? He couldn't even buy this woman $20 flowers out of an airport, but he can allegedly buy $89 worth of videos. Hmm. But we're looking at her and saying she's bad crazy. I don't know about that. Boy, would I love to be a fly on the wall. I really would. Again, like I said, the things that have transpired in this that have, the things that have transpired this year have been unbelievable. We've watched sometimes in horror. And now Larissa's home. She's safe with her friend. And Colt is at home. And by the way, my condolences to Colt and his mother. I believe that they lost baby doll. I think that baby doll passed away. Excuse me, y'all. So again, I'm going to give the number out one more time if I don't get any calls, and we will go ahead on and end this live. And tomorrow I'll try to come out with my review on let me make sure that this is on. I didn't even make sure the daggone thing was on. I'm sitting up here running my mouth and didn't make sure the cotton freaking thing was on. Lord Jesus, this is fire. So I didn't have it on the whole time. Hello there, caller. You're on with Auntie.
Hi, Auntie. How are you?
I'm doing fantastic tonight. How are you?
I'm Angela Daniel.
Hi, Angela.
Hi.
You got to turn me down in the background.
Okay. That better?
As long as I can't hear myself. No, I can still hear myself. Down in the background.
Am I turning my phone down?
Did you get it?
How about now? I
Okay.
don't know how to do this, Auntie.
That's okay. You just got to turn down the whatever you looking at me
Okay.
on.
Is that good?
That's good. Okay. So,
Okay.
what you want to say?
I just feel bad for her and I feel bad for him. They're not my favorites either, but I think he was trying to live out a fantasy for
Okay.
them politics he was watching. And she wasn't down with it. And he just got abusive. I believe that those scratches on her back is probably from the cat. Maybe he had the cat attack her or something. Because I can't imagine her scratching herself up on the back like that. That's crazy. So, he may have trained the cat to attack her. Who knows? Or his mother may have done it. There's something going on that somebody needs to get to the bottom of this. But I feel bad for her because she's here in this country all alone. Thank God she has a safe place to be. But I think he really kind of set her up by calling the police first, and then all this other stuff started transpiring because she's a strong woman, and he's not used to that. He's not used to no strong woman like that, and she's very not determined, but she's very outspoken.
Very.
And she knows what she wants, and he's not used to that, so he's like trying to be this passive aggressive. But I think he's undercover crazy. I really do. But I pray for both of them and everybody around. I'm not going to hold you long because other people might want to call in, but I just wanted to get that off my chest.
Thank you so much
love
for
you, girl.
calling and love you too.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. I think that a lot of people have made that analogy that he's calculated with the things that he does, and he's able to, in some people's opinion, he's able to act as if everything's okay, and he's passive aggressive, and he just calm down, you got to calm down. And she's indicating that um in her video that he wanted to deport her. And my whole thing is this, you got this fleeting, temporary popularity. People are after you right now. You're not the sharpest crayon in the box, neither the brightest or the most beautiful. And so go ahead on and live out this, this little 5 minute, 5 minutes of fame, if you will. Because once the show goes off, and after the tell all, we'll move on to the next thing. And it won't be continuing to talk about these people. They got one good week left for us to be interested in them. And then we'll be waiting for TLC to bring the next set of cast members. It is what it is. A lot of people are into Paul and Karini. I don't care anything about them. Don't report about them. Don't care. They can open up every YouTube channel they want to open up. But I'm not interested in their story anymore. It will be the next host of characters who come on the screen. And all of this will absolutely be behind us. Hi, Paula, you're on with Auntie.
Hi, Auntie. It's Queen Stars My World.
Hi, Queen Star, my world. How are you?
I am great, love. How are you?
I'm fine. I'm doing great. What's going on, honey?
So, honey, let's talk about Colty.
Let's talk about Colty.
So, what I think, in my opinion, Colty looked at Larissa as this hot Brazilian. I think he kind of stereotyped her. Thought she was this hot Brazilian um, sex doll pinup.
Okay.
That he may have seen in these porn videos, because there's that stereotype that the Latinas, the Brazilians, are very sexual, very hot, very very submissive.
Mm-hmm.
And I think he went and he sought Larissa out and brought her home and thought she was going to be still submissive. And Larissa clearly has a mind of her own.
Absolutely.
He and she's now here, and now he wants to control her. And he wants to be able to um, tell tell her how to spend the money, tell her how to dress, how to do everything. And Larissa's not. But he still wants to do the things he wants. And I think that the mother is also mentally abusing Larissa. Colt is mentally, and I think physically, even though she's probably not saying it, abusing Larissa. And I think it's sad. It's absolutely sad that she's here alone. Yes, she may have her own issues, but it's sad that she's going through.
Mm-hmm. I agree, Queen Star, my world is this is very sad. I think this is one of the most sobering videos I've ever done. But I wish that Larissa had had an opportunity to tell her story, and I'm hoping that once all the dust settles, that she will take advantage of that opportunity to tell her side of the story. And I'm hoping that Colty does too. I'm sure Mom Debbie won't, but I'm hoping that they all, take advantage of the opportunity to tell their story because it needs to really be heard. Because the thing about it is, you on Instagram and, I don't know if you're on Instagram, but, you see one shot after another post, a video. And it's the worst thing in the world is to see a woman be in fear in front of the camera and say, basically, help me. He called the police. I'm scared I'm gonna be deported. It breaks your heart. Whether it's true or it's not true, it's going to tap into that compassionate, emotional part of any human being. To see that.
Absolutely. And your heart goes out and you want to reach out and help. But then you're like, is it true? Is it not true? But I still want to reach out and help. And it pulls on your heartstrings. I know I went through the same emotional tug of war with it when I was seeing it. And I was like, oh my God, but I don't really know her, but I still want to help.
Right. You right.
So yeah.
If you got any morsel of compassion in your heart, you at least want to try to help. Now you may get down to the nitty gritty and find out that she's just crazy as a bitty bat, but your natural instinct is to help. Let me help you. What are you going through? And I really hope that in this case, I wish this was a stunt. I wish this was for publicity, for views and stuff like that. I really wish it was. I just don't think it is.
Right. And it may be that it's not as bad as it seems. Maybe that's what it is. Maybe there is some issues, but maybe blowing it up. I don't know. But at the same time, I really feel compassion that if I do think that regardless of what's going on in the house, I think there is some mental abuse going on.
Well, she alluded to it
in his mom.
She alluded to it in one of her text messages. to Colty. Basically he was like, I hate you. You know, I don't like your ass. And it's terrible.
Yeah, yeah.
And John Yates was
And
getting the scoop.
and you could yeah, and you could kind of see that when with the first reunion, um, because he was so demure, like, well, just take a dress, you know, like he was so nonchalant about. Of course, she wanted to look her best on the reunion show, but he was just so nonchalant about it. Like, I have my clothes, you know. So you could tell that he really didn't care about her.
Mm-mm.
He didn't really care
Mm-mm.
because if they really cared, he would have been on the staff about trying to find her clothes to make
Mm-hmm. And I really do believe that some men have that kind of personality. I know that one of my friends was telling me about a gentleman that was interested in me, and like dating me, and I know I'm going off, but I'm gonna draw back in. And I've observed the gentleman over a certain time period, not for some a potential boyfriend or somebody I would date or anything. Just observed him as a person. While I think he's a nice person, I don't think he's the right person for me because he doesn't have any gentleman traits to him. Like he'll come, through the door before me, and I'm like a second thought, and some of the things that he says has no compassion behind it. He's just one of those type of matter of fact type of people. And you have to ask him to do something instead of him offering to do it. And I'm like, if I was in a relationship with him, I would not be satisfied because he tends to want to satisfy himself before satisfying someone else. And that's not the type of person that I ever would want to date. And I think that with him, like you said, he wants to be able to look at his porn, and he wants to be able to, allegedly, he wants to be able to um date, flirt with women online, and it's no big deal. It's nothing, oh, it's not a big deal. You're making a big deal out of it. I'm just talking to him. I'm not dating him or anything like that. Like, who wants to be in a relationship with a man like that? Nobody. Nobody.
no one.
And I think that these were things that
Right.
she didn't
Because
see.
I'm gonna tell you right now, if I knew my husband was on the line looking at some women, flirting with some women online, get your bail money ready.
Okay. And that's what I said. I don't know if I wouldn't have been a Larissa. I come home and this is what you're doing. I'm already dealing with a whole bunch of BS coming from you anyway. And now to top it off, I see that you on these, alleged porn. Like, I'm kirking out. Like, I'm hurt. And and when they get there, I'm gonna probably wear them handcuffs like a bracelet. You know what I'm saying? A matching bracelet set. Because I'm gonna go off. If this is not something that I already knew about, we already discussed, and I'm already okay with it, and you just spring it up on me like a total different person, then I'm gonna go off simply because maybe because I felt like you bamboozled me and tricked me. But I'm gonna go off on your ass. I mean, yeah. Now I can see if you say, you know what, we dating and everything, and we engaged, and we want to be married, and you say, you know what, look, I'm into porn, and I'd be like, I'm not down. You understand what I'm saying? So I don't
Right. At
know
least
if
you know going into it.
going
At least
in,
you know going into it.
and I don't think that matter of fact, I know she didn't know because I know the conversations that I've had with her. Um, Matter of fact, it didn't come up. It was just a whole bunch of things about all these women. Excuse me, and she believed him. And me as auntie, I'm like, Larissa, are you sure? I'm always, I always would give that. Larissa, are you sure? Because I know that we want to trust, but I'm telling you right now, if it look like a duck and it's quacking like a duck, Larissa, that thing a duck.
It's a duck and not a swan.
So I don't, I'm just hoping that she's okay. I've reached out to her a couple of times tonight. I know she's probably going through a lot and really probably trying to do damage control. I'm probably, TLC is probably in her ear. And, she's probably just got a lot of stuff to deal with. So I haven't heard from her, but I did let her and her girlfriend Carmen know, basically I'm praying for them and I really want the best for her. I really, really do. I want the best for her and Colty and for Debbie. I want the best for both of them.
As long as she has somewhere safe to be in this time, that's important.
Yeah. Yeah. And they both need somebody around them that's going to encourage them and that's going to lift them up and build them up and just let them know that things will get better. It won't always be this bad and it won't always be like this. So I don't know, Queen Star.
Yeah.
I don't know.
You and I could talk all night, but I'm sure everyone else is tired of me.
It's okay. They better not say nothing to you as long as you've been on this here channel. You one of my faithful.
Hello, family. I love you to pieces.
Yes.
Mwah.
Mwah. I love you.
I love you too.
Okay, bye-bye.
Good night.
Good night. And like I said, this is one of the most sobering videos I've ever had to do because like things have just completely and totally gotten out of hand. And you really wanted to go back to the fun times. Like we as the 90-Day Fiance when we were having fun. When we would get out here, we would just laugh for hours and for days. Like let's get back to those times. Hoping that Love After Lockup is going to, bring some of that hee hee ha ha to us. But I would really like to see it go back to just having fun and enjoying a crazy ass television show without all this controversy and all of these lies and these newfound revelations and then even on our side the investigations and all of that. I talked to someone recently who was DMing one of the cast members and I just kept thinking like I don't know what makes people do that. I don't know what makes them seek them out and want to develop a relationship with this person that you see on television in a crazy mofo show. Like I can't seek them out and I don't want to go to Twitter. I shut my Twitter account basically down. I don't want to know in advance. I want to be able to look at the show and do a review based on what I see. That is not always the case because, the mofos be looking for me. But I want to get back, to 90-Day Fiance fun times. I want to be able to come out and just have fun and laugh and kiki with you all and not see their whole entire storyline change because then it looks like basically TOC has no credibility and I don't know if that's it or if some of the stuff they just don't know about in advance. You think that they would vet these people and they would know more about them and stuff like that, but you just don't know because there's so much going on. You don't know what's real and what's not. And that's the part that's really disheartening is trying to figure out what's real and what's not when we should just be simply enjoying this television show for what it is. But we can't because of Instagram and because of people like me. I'm just as responsible as all the rest of them because I will get out here and do an old nasty interview. Sure will. Interview the cast, their families, and all of that. So maybe I am one of those people who is playing a part in not making this thing fun anymore. So maybe I need to reevaluate what I'm doing out here on the YT. It's never my intention to be malicious or to do anything malicious to any of the cast members. It's just my intention to try to get the other side of the story. But maybe when the next season comes up, I'll shut down all my social media platforms other than YouTube and just come out and straight do reviews and not look at any of the media sites or anything like that. Maybe that's the approach that I need to go with the next cast of 90 Day Fiance. I don't know. But I know that this has been very sobering. It's tiring. And for me, I feel like I'm more vested in some of these cast members than I ever have been um, in anything. And it's tiring. It really is because you want to just be a YouTuber and then you turn into something else. So having said that, I'm not going to hold you all long. It is now midnight here on the East Coast, and I know a lot of us got to get up and go to bed and do what we need to do in our personal lives today. But I just want to leave, just a final thought that regardless of regardless of who is right and who is wrong, these are two individual people who are hurting. And we need to try to do our best to not pass any judgments until we get all the information. And then once we get all the information and we're armed with the truth of the matter, we need to really like pray for these people. Because when the cameras go down, and the interest is no longer there. They've got to live their everyday life. And nobody, Colt, Larissa, or Debbie, deserves to be abused, whether it be physical, mental, emotional, spiritual. Nobody deserves to be abused. Thank you all so much for being here. Thank you so much for my moderators for hanging out with me late tonight. I love you all to pieces. And I will see you tomorrow on Love After Lockup, and hopefully we can get a good kiki. This video will be going private for those people who are out here and have the link to it. You'll be more than welcome to view it in a private setting. Love you. Bye.